Right now at 5, the fate of the man accused of killing and dismembering Sade Robinson rests in the hands of the jury, with deliberations already getting started.
Both the prosecution and the defense rested this afternoon after closing arguments lasted about 45 minutes on each side. That's how long they were given. It wrapped up just minutes ago.
So we're going to let you listen in on both sides, beginning with the prosecution, who went first, then to the defense, who just finished. Take a listen.
What Maxwell Anderson did to Sade Robinson was an intentional homicide. There is no question behind the intent, and there's no question about the person responsible for doing it. The killer is him. He's the last person to be with her, the last one texting her, the last one whose residence she was at, the last one who had her car, the last one who had her phone, the last one who was with her. The one who burned her car. He did everything he could to try to get away with it.
You heard that he went to work at Dugout 54 the next morning, and his phone died, not turned off intentionally. It died during the hours one would be asleep. And he went to Dugout 54, and he worked at Dugout 54, which was his job, the next day. No issue. You didn't hear from one person who said that suddenly his behavior was different or that he started acting strange. He continued to work, stay in the area, didn't cut his hair, didn't change his appearance, didn't have a whole pile of cash in his car with a passport to Mexico, none of that.
And then a rebuttal from the state came directly after the defense's closing arguments. All this, the jury is now taking into consideration, along with everything else we've seen over the last 8 days. The jury, just a reminder, made up of 9 women and 3 men.
Bill Miston joins us live now with compelling new evidence, but we do have a warning, Bill. You were about to take us through some very graphic material heard today.
Yeah, that's right. And just to keep you up to date on what is happening right now, we know that the jury is coming back into the courtroom after they were excused at about 4:40 to begin deliberations, selecting a foreperson and then starting the process of deciding Maxwell Anderson's fate. Now, today, that jury was shown photos that were later deleted from Maxwell Anderson's phone. We've blurred them because they show Sade Robinson partially dressed. An ex-girlfriend said today that Anderson would take her to a, quote, secret beach, a place where Robinson's leg was later found.
It's a cable knit sweater. It's a person laying face down. That person has black hair. They have a darker complexion with their breast exposed. Appears to be the red, very distinct couch.
How does Sade appear in this photo?
From this photo, she's face down on a couch. I don't know if she's alive or dead or sleeping. I can't tell from this photo.
Detectives say they found this deleted photo on Maxwell Anderson's phone, showing a partially clothed Sade Robinson wearing the same clothes later found in her torched car. Later that evening, a screenshot found on the phone of what not to mix with bleach.
Based on the time frame and when the phone itself actually has in the actual timeline itself, the next actions that happen within that system is deletion.
Of those images that were deleted,
It is highly likely that it was of those images.
okay, and included in those images, were there images purported to be of Sade Robinson?
Correct.
A state crime lab analyst says Anderson's phone was left untouched by user interaction from shortly after midnight until it died.
The next time that the phone was connected to a power source or had power?
At about 8:59 in the morning.
That's about 15 minutes after surveillance video shows Anderson returning home, walking up the alley.
What did you do when you were there with him?
Generally, he'd bring his dogs, and then we would just hang out, build a fire. Sometimes we brought snacks, sometimes I brought a book.
Anderson's ex-girlfriend said he would take her to what he called his, quote, secret beach.
That is where we would park our car.
And would get to the beach from here, at Warnemont Park, right where Robinson's severed leg was later found. Now, we do know that the jury has been excused for the day and that they are all expected to be back here at the Milwaukee County Safety Building by 8:30 to resume deliberations in the case. Reporting live, Bill Miston, FOX6 News.